What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a Madden experiment simulation hybrid that I wanted to do quite some time ago, but I just haven't had the time between working on draft stuff and working my own rosters to really do like the quick editing. But I want to find out, in the Madden 18 world, who is the worst 0-16 football team of the last, we'll say, you know, couple years. Within this realm, within this era of football, we have the 0-16 Cleveland Browns from the 2017 season, and we have the 0-16 Detroit Lions from the 2008 season. So quickly looking at the rosters, we know what it is. Deshaun Kaiser failed as a quarterback. The run game wasn't anything special. We had the late emergence of Josh Gordon later on in the season, but he missed the majority of the season due to a suspension because he loves the 420 swag. A bunch of young guys here. They have Joe Thomas, who is, according to Twitter, the greatest, or the first offensive lineman in NFL history. The offensive line for the Browns was pretty good. They've invested heavily on that. Augmented some upside. Myles Garrett had a little bit of injuries early on, but ultimately does look like a stud going forward for the Browns. Danny Shelton's no longer on the team. Jamie Collins was hurt. A couple underrated linebackers. Probably the biggest surprise for the Browns this year was decent play in the secondary from Jason McCourty and Brian Body Calhoun. Safety play was not great. Jabril Peppers looked exposed, and yeah, the Browns were the Browns. They were not very hot. So, you could see why they went 0-16. They're one of those teams, like, in the preseason, it was like the Browns and the Jets. Those are the two teams that were going to be legitimately looking at an 0-16 season. It actually came true for the Browns. But back in 2008, there was another team that was terrible. And that is the 0-16 Detroit Lions. So I've gone through the pictures and heights and weights because of the severe limitations to the Madden 18 offline player management tool is there. But I actually went through, looked at the Madden 2009 ratings, got everything lined up, and we're going to do a straight up sim. I'm not going to play, I'm just going to commentate over the gameplay. Looking at the roster, the quarterback, they had a bunch of different QBs, but the guy that played the most games, he played 7, was Dan Orlovsky, and he was a 73 overall, 8 TDs, 8 picks. Terrible. Running the ball, they had Kevin Smith from UCF. Wasn't bad as a rookie, almost 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. I think he had 1,200 total yards. That's a respectable season. At the wide receiver spot, they had Roy Williams from Texas. He played for half the season, and then he got traded to the Dallas Cowboys, but he was a 92. You have Calvin Johnson, which is annoying that I can't make him 6'5", whatever. But he was a 91 overall. Megatron was the leading receiver. Had 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. This guy, Shawn McDonald, never heard of him in my life. He finished with 300 yards. And they had Mike Furry, two-way player. Started as a safety, eventually turned out to a wide receiver. He was an 84, so that's a pretty good wide receiver core to help make up for the lack of quarterback play. At tight end, they had Michael Gaines, who was a 79. Offensive line, Jeff Backus was an 84. We have Raiola, who's an 87. Just a couple bodies here. Godser Sherrills was their first round pick. He was a 79. Offensive line is, I'd probably give the edge right now to the Cleveland Browns. On the defensive side, they had Jared DeVries, who was an 82 overall. He finished the season, let's pop it up here, with 2 sacks. Very impressive. On the other defensive end, they had Dwayne White, who was an 87 overall. He led the team with 6.5 sacks on the season. Defensive tackle spot, they had Corey Redding, who was a very nice 91 overall. He's a really good guy against the run, 3 sacks on the season. And Chuck Darby, who was an 84, and on the year, I don't know what he does. He might have been hurt. I don't see his stats right now. Outside linebacker, they had Paris Lennon, who was an 83 overall. What he did on the year, I'll tell you. Led the team in tackles. He had 120 total tackles, a sack and a half, 2 forced fumbles. Third linebacker was this guy, Jordan Dizon. Ernie Sims got a incredible 94 overall. I remember Ernie Sims with the Eagles. He was always pretty solid with 94 overall. In that season, he had 110 tackles, give or take, in a sack. Definitely doesn't line up with the 94, but it's a nice rating to have. In the secondary, they had Lee Bowden, who had a 90 overall. No one on the team had more than a pick, but he had 1 pick and 11 pass deflections. Brian Kelly, 81. Keith Smith, 77. In the secondary, they had Daniel Bullocks, 82 overall, and Dwight Smith was an 87 overall on the safeties. He had the kicker, Jason Hansen, who's really one of the better kickers in NFL history and, a legend, I would think, if you're a Detroit Lions fan. He was a 93, and Nick Harris here was a 91. So what we are going to do is put this into a simulation. I'm going to try my best to put on the commentary helmet, and we're going to find out who is the least shitty 0-16 team. I just want to use it since I've been watching football, but probably most of you guys out there. My money, when you look at the rosters, you're probably going to go with the Lions. But, let's break it down. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get a little bit of magic from Deshaun Kaiser. And we're starting right out of the gate, just seeing the base overalls. And there is a 6-point differential between the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. So it's already an uphill battle. So because of that differential, I don't know if everyone knows there's scripting here in Madden 18. I don't know if they give the benefit of the doubt to the home team. But, usually there is an advantage. So for that, that's why we're going to make the Cleveland Browns the home team. Dog pound, baby. Alright, I'd like to welcome everybody here to the 2018 Turd Bowl. The 0-16 Cleveland Browns taking on the 0-16 Detroit Lions. The battle to see which team sucks less. Let's go! Alright, here comes Dan Orlovsky standing at about 6'5", 150 pounds. I don't know what kind of drive he's going to be able to orchestrate. Come from the University of Connecticut. Nothing good has ever come from there. What I know about UConn players is they can jump really far. They're part rabbit. That is about it. Let's just quickly analyze here the first play of the drive. Let's see the tone they're going to set. Hand it off. Play action, actually. Orlovsky standing back there. Great protection on the offensive line. Fires it downfield. And it is, as only Cleveland Browns can do, dropped a sure interception. But we know this game's going to be highly contested. They're going to be taking shots like that downfield. Oh, there's a classic missed sack by the Cleveland Browns. But Orlovsky with the awareness of a disabled Helen Keller. Like, that's an even worse Helen Keller. Still eats the sack on the play. 3rd and 20. This game is, as you can see at the little top there, it's in arcade mode. This game's going to be a shit show. Look at this. Danny Shelton gets pressure. But who's that coming out the edge? 58? Is that Myles Garrett? Look at that. Just, what? Oh, that's bad. All right, now it's time for the Cleveland Browns. There's Shawn Kaiser, the project quarterback, rookie out of Notre Dame. A lot of people very surprised he's getting starting stats, but it's the Cleveland Browns. What else do you expect? Josh Gordon standing out there on the field, hands on his hips, not because he's tired, because he's feeling if he has an extra joint, because this game is going to be terrible. On the opening half, let's go, Kaiser, at the ball, but forcing the punt. They give it to Crowell. They give it to Crowell there, and there's a limited gain. Offensive line already looks significantly worse for the Cleveland Browns. Even though I said it was going to be a strength on paper. Shows I know nothing about football. Alright, here we go. A big 3rd down for the Cleveland Browns. Let's see if any of one of these teams feels like scoring on the day. Shawn Kaiser in the shotgun. Gets the snap. 2 backs out wide. He throws a quick pass to Seth the Valve, who obviously is going to be short of the sticks. That's a Chip Kelly classic play. Need a 1st down. Need 6 yards. You get 5. And they're going to punt the ball. This game's going to be 0-0. All right, here we go. A 3rd and 6 of the Detroit Lions. Yet to see a single target to the 290-plus overall wide receivers. I believe he's actually thrown it to a one of those, that glitch where the linebacker will come in and play a tight end spot. I think he's got a target more than Calvin Johnson and Roy Williams combined. But that lethal snap count. Some say Aaron Rodgers learned his snap count from Dan Orlovsky. Draws the Cleveland. Oh, it wasn't even. That was a false start. Oh, this game's so bad. All right, 3rd and 11. Let's see. Are we going to get a score here? I'm not going to lie. It looks like the Browns are the better team of the two so far through the sim. But the better players are definitely on the Detroit side. They just, Orlovsky needs to realize he has those kind of playmakers. So on 3rd and 11, again, just 0 pocket awareness, and he eats a sack. 93, Tevin Cawley. Gets, oh my god. Oh, it's so bad. Look at this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Takes him 7 seconds to even move out of his drop back. Gonna have a bad day, Lions. Oh! Okay. We're getting a little offense here. Shawn Kaiser has 97% of the total yards for the Cleveland Browns on 3 terrible scares. That juke move was absolutely filthy, and maybe that is the shot to the arm of adrenaline this ball game needs. Because right now, it's about as terrible to watch as a Canadian high school football game. I can attest to that. All right, here we go. The Cleveland Browns have managed to work their way into the red zone, working against the clock right now. Got a minute to go. I've yet to use their timeout. Shawn Kaiser drops back. Looks like a screen pass to Isaiah Crowell, who's going to go in. Oh! And there we go. Breaks the tackle. Great blocking downfield by Batonio. I think Joe Thomas got involved on that. And we have a score. I was literally thinking this game was going to be like a 6-3 field goal masterpiece. But look at that. Crowell. Ooh. Let that crow craw, baby. 7-zip Browns. Great play. Oh! This is a drive. Look at this. Marching down the field. Arlovsky, 70-plus yards. We're just picking up now because in this mode, when you call a timeout, it literally takes one whole minute to get to the next play. First and goal on the 2. Arlovsky throws it up and right there. McDonald is there to equalize this game. Like I said, wide open. This is going to be a shootout now. Get ready for Texas Tech Baylor. Something similar to that lines. College football. Big 12 defenses are coming out right now, fellas. As 15, which I tell you is not Golden Tate. It is McDonald, whose first name I can't remember. We'll go with Ronald. Gets the equalizer. And it's all zeros on the clock as we're rolling into halftime. 7-7 in the battle to see who sucks the most. Right now, I'm giving momentum to the Detroit Lions. Their defense has played a little bit better. And that offense, they have the playmakers to take over in the second half. Let's see who wins the Turd Bowl. The Cleveland Browns are going to open up the second half, and they're facing a 3rd and 3. Trying to move the ball. Looks like they're in a running formation. Could be a play-action pass, however. It's a straight run. They give it to Crowell, who, terrible blocking, terrible decision-making. Not a good call. All the Lions there gang tackled him. 4th and 3. Detroit gets the ball back. And on first down, look at this. Jabel Peppers just runs right in. Safety blitz. Forcing a 2nd and 18. Still yet to target Calvin Johnson. Roy Williams is Dan Arlovsky. Playing a dangerous game here. Quick pass there to Gaines, the tight end, to make it a little bit more manageable. 3rd down, 7-9, 99 yards and a touchdown for Arlovsky thus far. Really put it together there at the end of the first half. 3rd and 10, money on the line here. Like I said, the quarters are going a little bit quicker because there's only so much you could bear. So much I could bear of actually watching this. So we had to condense it into nice 4-minute quarters. It's a big time 3rd and 10. Almost game on the line. You almost feel like, you know, because you get basically 2 drives maybe, if you're lucky, in a quarter. You got to score here. So Arlovsky at the 50. Good starting field position. Once again, taking it and turning to throw the ball, but finally targets big Roy Williams there, who moves the chains, puts him on the 29-yard line. Probably will run out the 3rd quarter. It's set up. Lions in scoring range. Oh my God, Arlovsky is straight, has the, like, no awareness. The awareness of a chicken with his head cut off as he gets sacked by Howard Wilson, the University of Houston product. 2nd and 27. Just backing their way out of scoring. Like, look at this. How can you not see this? You get somewhat good protection, hit your quick reads. No quick reads. This guy's the stutterer from, you know, your elementary school. Oh, it's almost recess time. Oh, there goes Big Bruno. His turn to read. Pass the ball, Dan. All right, here we go in a 3rd and 27. You're one down short, but I don't see a Freddie Mitchell here on the 0-16 Detroit Lions roster. So, short of a miracle, this is probably not going to end well. But Dan Arlovsky in the shotgun, drops back. Again, great protection here from the offensive line. What is he doing? He takes a little squat. Probably looks like he passed gas. A little squirter as 50. I believe that's Jamie Collins gets the 5th sack. Who's that, 90? I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what these numbers are. Wasn't Myles Garrett. Number 90. Look at that. See a little... Ogba. There you go, Ogba, Oklahoma State representing. As they're going to have to punt the ball here. Man, this Browns defense is taking over. All right, here we go. Time to see this Cleveland Brown 2-minute offense. Going with a formation that has failed multiple times throughout this game, but they're going back to the well because they're, you know, the Browns. Kaiser draws back. Great pass that pickup by Crowell. Able to sprint Kaiser, and he fumbles the ball. He fumbles the ball, recovered by Corey Redding at midfield almost. That could be a game changer. If you watch the Cleveland Browns, one thing you could say about Deshaun Kaiser's rookie season is turnovers. And look at this. Just bad awareness, not taking the yards that's given to him, and he might have just cost the Cleveland Browns this ball game and just totally ruined a phenomenal block thrown by Isaiah Crowell. But here you go, Arlovsky on 3rd and 8. Drops back. Oh my God, the awareness of this guy is horrendous. Eats another sack, and that might have been Schober that gets through. The Browns smartly call a timeout, and they're getting the ball back with a chance to win. Kaiser's mistake not killing them right now. All right, we go on the Cleveland Browns trying to get a scoring drive going here. Game-winning drive for Deshaun Kaiser. Now look at that. Both these teams are trying not to win. As Kaiser takes off again, though. Look at that. And he slides. His IQ is growing by the minute. He's like the reverse Randy Gregory. It's like the more he plays football, the smarter he gets. So here we go. On the 47, you see that red yard line. That's where they need to get into field goal range. And he throws it to DeValve, who's taking it right down to the 10 or 11. Look at that. 9 of 10, 115 yards, 1 TD. That fumble earlier on is just making Kaiser want to take over and dominate that much more. 25 seconds on the clock. DeValve, 5 catches, 71 yards. Has debatably been player of the game so far. The backup tight end at David Njoku, the first-round pick out of Miami, is showing you he deserves more snaps. So number 7, Deshaun Kaiser, playing like Michael Vick out here. Here we go, the moment of truth. Oh my God, hold your breath. I'm nervous. I'm fully torqued right now. Oh my God, Zane Gonzalez. Here we go. Boom, and it's up. And it's good. The 0-16 Cleveland Browns have defeated the superior 0-16 Detroit Lions. From a Madden's perspective, I think they gave up a lot. Like we said at the opening screen, I think it was 79-73, but there are multiple 90s on this Detroit Lions team versus what? I think Joe Thomas is the only 90. Myles Garrett was an 87. But, you know, the determination, Deshaun Kaiser, both these quarterbacks were pretty damn accurate, all things considered. Great quarterback rating. Skip Bayless would be fully torqued right now. Deshaun Kaiser, 67 yards running, but also that very crucial fumble that Detroit was unable to capitalize on. Receiving big-time game ball is probably going to go to Seth DeValve. 5 catches, 71 yards. The big 33-yarder that set up the field goal. On the defensive front, we got sacks, Ogba, Wilson, Schobert. I mean, the sacks, the lack of awareness from Dan Orlovsky is probably what did them in my biased opinion here. That's just me. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We found out in the Madden 18 sim what team is better. The 0-16 Browns, the 0-16 Lions. It was a horribly ugly game. Like I said, right up there with a Canadian football high school ball game or, you know, just in general a CFL game. But we were able to find and come to a conclusion that the Cleveland Browns suck less than the Detroit Lions. That does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.